Welcome back to Sack of the Future, and it's the Monday Night Football game here of Week 3 in 1983. And it's my Bears against my Redskins. So, of course, I'm controlling the Chicago Bears. But unfortunately, the Bears are 4-point underdogs, as the Redskins are the real-life best team in this conference, the NFC. So I got my work cut out for me.
This is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Chicago Bears and the Washington Redskins. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach on the eastern edge.
So there you go. That was the intro. The Bears and Redskins in Washington. Both teams coming in at 2-0.
2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to
all the other
week
games have been played. You can see some of the games here on this channel. The other ones you will find on
a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field.
Now comes Joe Theismann.
And they'll
2
be
touchdowns, 3
interceptions,
only
center Charles at
385
quarterback.
yards. But he is 2-0. The stats are not impressive, but the record, of course,
the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
This team is loaded.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. Other defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Running over people.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And there is the first play is defended well by the Bears. Here is that offensive line. Joe
And the schedule makers have given them a little break right here.
Washington
home games, and they won last week. So they're trying to make it 2 in a row before they hit the road next week. They have to take advantage of this break in the schedule.
Joe Jacoby's name correctly, and so that basically cost me
ball on the 30
being able to say the rest of the names in time.
2nd and 10. Washington's got it.
There's Bell defending the first pass, makes the tackle on the second one.
And they're going to have a third down.
He's a busy man, apparently.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Art Monk.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Redskins are loaded. This is
give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
Oh, the blitz worked on that play, though.
He goes down.
Bell, again, I told you he was going to be busy. Bell on the defensive back blitz.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Theismann with nobody in the backfield with him.
They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Feeds it to the tight end.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Would not let me turn into Richardson, but luckily he dropped the ball on his own.
That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll run on first down. Peyton, and a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line.
66 yards.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 18 carries, 66 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Oh, Walter Payton makes the catch, breaks 2 tackles, stays on
Mark
his
that down
feet.
as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Classic Walter Payton right there.
We always talk
Obviously,
about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
No time, no time.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Peyton gets
Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Walter Payton
throwing on 3rd and long. McMahon is going to fire one. Oh, this is taken.
Oh, and McKinnon goes up and makes the
catch. Have this across
amazing.
And inside the 45.
Very rarely in mid-20
an explosive 38-yard pickup.
Make the catch.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. McMahon. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hit the wrong button. Wanted to check it down. Thought for some reason.
They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now. And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Gotta get past that.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. McMahon.
There's a completion to Lily Gold for the first down.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st down.
79, what are you doing?
Out at the 22 after a gain of 2,
you can't just get there. You have to block something.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on 2nd down, McMahon. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Threw it away, but for some reason I didn't.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. McMahon. He's got it.
Complete for a touchdown as he was wide open in the middle of the field.
A 22-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
seldom used.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
There you see earlier the Packers.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here.
But
this will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Two different tight ends for the Redskins.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
And
he
Riggins,
will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Was taken down by
That's going to go as a loss of a yard,
it was a
and
good
it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out.
Now
that leads to a
with
second and 11.
Tight end set. Charlie Brown is the slot.
Draw play, Washington.
And
5 yards on the carry there, and it
nice
leads
block
to the third and about 6 yards to go. Look at the starters now
there we go.
defensively for the
Hartstein,
Bears.
Michael,
They were
Hampton,
terrific
and
last
Dent.
week of the win over Denver.
And while you can't
Singletary in the middle,
actually see
Wilson and
confidence
Terry
rising
Campbell
in
on the
a
outside
unit,
because Wilbur Marshall
you
will
can
be
tell by
drafted
this
next
team,
year.
right? Anytime
Fensick
you can
and
tell your
Bell
offense,
as
hey,
the
just get us a
safeties
couple
with Frazier
touchdowns. We got
and
this thing
Richardson
locked down.
as the
That's when
corners,
you know
and
you're
then as
playing
you've
well,
seen
and
already,
you're carrying your team along.
the third safety is Dave Duerson, a rookie who will stick around for quite some time.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere
And there is a coverage sack. And big Mongo McMichael gets in
And
there.
we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball,
what we want is
really
absolutely
nice
no
job.
injuries.
But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost
probably
discrediting
more
their
important than the
work.
Bears win, although the Bears need to win.
Let's go!
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They'll rifle this one deep right side.
Did McKinnon just go up and make that catch?
Wow.
Dennis McKinnon is having a great
It's a gain of 35. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
Running has been almost impossible.
Right
6
the line
carries,
of
5
scrimmage,
carries,
just
7
no
yards.
cutback lane to be found
so it's
whatsoever.
one of these trying to
Second and
throw
10.
to open up the pass eventually. Let's see if it works.
Looking to throw on second down.
Oh,
McMahon,
my God.
and that is incomplete. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. Looking to throw. McMahon finds McKinnon, complete.
All right, well.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to
That'll
fourth
take
down.
us to the end of the first quarter. Bears leading 7-0.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Kick is up, and it
this one
is
right
good.
through. And the lead
Bears
moves to
extend the lead
10-zip.
10.
So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, With no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. A reminder that we kick off Week 4 on Thursday night. A good one in Lambeau. Eagles and Packers, two teams with eyes on the playoffs this year in the NFC. Coverage starting at 8:20 Eastern. And hard to believe it, we also have a couple of teams coming up on a bye week already. The Jets and the Niners. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll set up a throw. And that one
Singletary comes on the blitz, but leaps up into the air and knocks down.
So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
A double team and it's
batted up by the defensive line and into the arms of Dave Dorson for a defensive touchdown.
Chicago.
Wow. That's the 2nd or 3rd ball that the defense has been able to knock down at the line. But this time instead of knocking it down, they knock it up. It was Hardenstein, I believe, knocked it up.
Who picked up that pass?
And then Dorson able.
Oh, you got to have those great skills
corral
back
it,
there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player.
So the Bears defense is still a couple years away from being phenomenal, but they have some pieces. Dent's here, Dorson's here. Hampton, of course, has been here. McMichael's a beast. Singletary's the man in the middle. Fensick solid, a couple good corners.
So they'll get another shot on offense following
Wilson's here. So yeah, it's go ahead and add Wilbur Marshall next year.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And we'll be here.
Now out comes
no reason that they can't win in 83 and 84, though.
Try to make it a 3-peat. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Going to give this time to the tailback.
That was just a ridiculous hole right up the middle.
Mark him down at the 39.
You would think they would learn from that and start running the ball more since they have such a good offensive line. That was the second run attempt.
Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
Riggins trying to do spin
moves. Brought down right around the 42.
Jeff Fisher is the one who made that tackle.
Especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hartenstein makes the tackle.
It's taken in by his tight end.
3rd and 3 coming up here.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Oh, look at that. Oh, come on. Hartenstein gets the sack, bringing up 4th down. The Redskins have to punt, but wait. The refs decide to get involved and give him a free first down.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now here's a pass on 1st down.
That is a dead-eye pass, apparently, but knocked down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Got him in. It's Brown.
That is complete.
4 yards on the
Singletary out there making the tackle.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he gets it inside
like
the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
I held my own, and then they found someone else open anyways.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
He'll drop to throw.
Oh, 2 Redskins in the same spot. They end up
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together.
Bell
so
and Dent
converge
on.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
3rd and 10.
They'll drop to throw. Complete to Washington.
Complete underneath, but you're not going to get past Singletary.
Back to the 33. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Dewerson out there on 1-on-1 tackles.
They won't get the same credit for it. And it won't
but there's
these kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal.
That is good by about a yard, so that was almost
his limit exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted.
But the Redskins make sure, of course, there's no dreams of a shutout. I would not expect to shut them out. In fact, I'm sure that 17's not enough to beat this team.
All along, but their kicking was so prevalent.
I could just get past one guy.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. They'll run on 1st down. Peyton, nowhere to go.
Well, they got rid of one guy, but
a yard after the 25.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2nd and 9 now.
Moorhead in front of the coverage.
Complete. A gain there of 21 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop him?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they went the wrong way there.
Terrible game for Walter Payton so far. They are definitely keyed on him.
Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
To throw on 2nd down. McMahon. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 40. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. They run the counter. Peyton, they'll wind up getting 4 down.
That might have been Walter Payton's biggest run of the day.
Passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
On second down, Peyton. Nothing doing. Barely
Van
able to
Horn
muster
got
a
out there
yard
and
to
made
get
a
the
tag
35.
block, which was nice. But
he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Back to throw. McMahon. Oh, he's got a man
there's
wide
Dennis
open,
McKinnon.
complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 21.
Ready, break. 52. Quit talking about it.
2 minute
2
warning.
minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On first down, Peyton, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of
Want to
just
hit the
1.
safety at all ever?
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Looking to throw. McMahon.
Oh,
He
boy.
rifles one that's intercepted.
Just a disaster.
Picked off down near the 5.
Oh,
There goes Green. And he will
well,
bring
Darrell
this
Green's
one
too
back.
fast,
It's a
even with
pick
angles.
six for a Redskins touchdown. You think you're going into
Ouch.
halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion.
Needed to
Probably
get
also
the
changes
ball
the halftime
over
speech.
Darrell
No doubt
Green's
about it. Instead of
head.
going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight
Did
right now.
not.
Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their
And
focus
now-
back.
I just gave them all the momentum they need.
Point after, right down the middle. And that slices the lead down to 17-10.
So I try to throw to eventually open up the running game instead. I just
Navigating his
throwing
way into the
until
end zone
Darrell
for the touchdown. This will be taken in
on
at
their
the
team
1.
makes it good.
Now,
Oh.
he nearly broke that for more,
Wow.
but as it is,
That
they'll
was
start
one
this
tackle
drive
away.
at about the
Being
37-yard
exciting.
line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, he's looked pretty good to this point. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down. The Redskins on third down, putting an extra man here in the secondary. Back to throw. McMahon, they set up the screen to Peyton.
Walter Payton finds a way to
field.
get
They'll
that
spot
first
it at the
down.
49. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McMahon. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18
Dangerous
seconds
throw.
now
I'm
to
sure
go.
exactly why I did that.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. McMahon. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Very interesting.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. McMahon. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Hey, Delta. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
On 4th down, McMahon. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's knocked away.
And the Hail Mary,
incomplete.
he actually got it to the end zone.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference.
But luckily, no dice.
We'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports.
It seemed like the Bears were in total
report.
control, and then Darrell Green
Brandon,
gets
thanks very
pick
much.
6,
Welcome
and even
in
though the
everyone
Redskins have
to our
no
EA
yards,
Sports halftime
Walter Payton
report.
also has no
Getting caught up on
yards.
what's going on
which has
around
kept this
the
game
NFL.
Close.
We'll begin out in
There
the
is
windy
all
city
those
of
scores.
Chicago.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The
Redskins,
Bears
of
holding
course,
the lead and ready to receive the kick. Fielded about a yard
X
deep.
factors, so I certainly
And
don't
all
want
that
them to
work,
get
but he
momentum,
stopped
which
where he
they
ultimately
really
would have been, and he simply
seem
taken
to
the knee,
have
and
right
that's the
now.
25-yard line.
So I got to find a way.
So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Shit.
They'll run on 1st down. Payton, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Check 31, check 31. 61, matchbox right.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McMahon, and he rifles one incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Bravo.
To throw on 3rd down. McMahon.
That is not.
Incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them.
Okay, we're going to have to do it as always with the Bears
keep themselves
on
in this one.
defense.
So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script
Singletary able to read that,
other teams just
react.
go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Okay, now. 2nd and 12.
They run
Hand
for
it
the
off.
shotgun with Washington. And 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Ready. 8, read. Snap.
They're going to look to throw.
And a nice sack.
He goes down.
From Hartenstein again. 2nd sack. 7th
And that's the
sack
second
of the game.
But this player, disruptive
4
in
for the
all
Bears,
phases.
3
Whether
for
he's
the
going
Redskins.
upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Definitely.
He's averaging just under 50
That's
yards a punt
expensive.
as he gets this away.
Game today.
Fielded at the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now a throw right side, take it in here to start this drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Set, 60-yard.
On first down, McMahon. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete.
McKinnon, but only a
and
gain
he'll be
of
brought
about 3.
down right at the 45-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's the 2nd and 7. Going up top. And that would be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
6-6, pull it high. Watch the pass.
Looking to throw. McMahon flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets us to the
McMahon
other
will have
side
to
of
use his
midfield
legs to get
across
a
the
first down.
45 before going out. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Now that's a quarterback who's in charge out there right now. Wants to throw the ball on 3rd down, doesn't find anyone open, tucks it away, takes off, and picks up the first down. Not by a little, but by plenty.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it inside
he wasn't
the 40
down
to
for
the
a little
39.
bit, but
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Check. Alert 3. 52.
They'll keep it on the ground. Peyton. And he got blown up.
well,
Losing yardage on the
don't
play back
block
at the
the
44.
guy, then pretty
Give him
much
a loss of
impossible.
6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, orbit. 52.
And the blitz does come. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 31-yard line. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't
when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And that is the best run of the day. He's finally up to 25 yards.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
I got it. Watch twist. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Hard.
On first down, it's Thomas. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
Or head down inside
and the
5.
stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Phone call. All right. Sorry about that. First and goal at the 4. What the heck was I doing? Running the ball, probably getting stopped. Okay.
Check 50.
Go.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal.
And Walter Payton can't
push
do
his
anything.
way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Back to throw. McMahon. And they'll be driven back
Why would
here
they be able to
losing
get
yardage
past
to
one
the
guy?
9. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Looking to throw. McMahon.
Why would he?
incomplete.
Why would the receiver
Nearly the
jump
pick
out of
they
the way?
needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get him to fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution?
He was covered, that's fine. It should have been incomplete, but why would the receiver jump out of the way and try to make an incompletion turn into a pick
he felt like he
six?
needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It's not like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Okay,
I was.
well,
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say we're negative sometimes. So.
3 points is good because it makes it a two-score
Obviously, you
game.
think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it.
Hopefully, it at
But
least
that type of a
dented
drive
their
can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
They were
A
starting
look
to
at
get
Washington as they come onto the field.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. You got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Washington now out of the gun. Now a flag
Now they're
comes
on
in
the
from
lines
the
pushing
umpire
around.
after
I
a
wonder
gain
if they
of
would have
about
ran
4.
from the beginning.
And this looks like it's going to be holding.
That's good.
That hold coming from the middle
Definitely
of the line.
accepting that
And it's
because
difficult
that
for him because sometimes you got
makes
people
it
right over you, and as
more
soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them,
likely
you
that
can
they
be a
have
little bit
to
late
throw.
getting it done.
which is what I want. This team's too good at running the ball.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete.
Art
Boy,
Monk
he
drops
doesn't
the ball
drop
for
many
no
like that
reason.
one. Second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On second down now, it's Washington. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
I don't know why I do these tricks.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Out of habit, I guess. Maybe I should just
The Redskins on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 17. They'll look to throw here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. It's taken to the 26.
can't run, which is unfortunate because
here's the
best
Chicago
way, of course,
offense
to
coming
take
back
them
out
off.
onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive.
Oh, God.
McMahon, incomplete.
I forgot he was going to cut to the outside. He was wide open if he didn't jet out to the outside.
Intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. 36, 36.
Now a give, right side. Peyton.
Finally, some blocking. Oh. Blocking except for the one guy stands in the way but doesn't actually block him.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I know this game's winding down and people are getting tired, and that's when you really want a big body guy running the football. But I have to tell you, watching him run it, I wonder why they don't use it more earlier in the game.
Yeah, those bigger guys here late in the game, you're trying to protect the lead. Usually not as fumble prone either.
No, that is so true because they are taught. Take care of the ball as you surge forward, and you often see them with both hands wrapped around it when they go through the line. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
Ultimately, does everything he can just to get a couple yards.
For a pickup of 2 yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Off the bootleg. McMahon, they'll roll him out right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge.
Unable to
and it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them.
All right. Well,
unable to do so on that play.
I didn't get points. That's unfortunate. Didn't take off as much time as I would have liked, but at least I got a first down, take off some time.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Oh, that should have been picked off.
Altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Dang it.
On 1st down, they looked downfield.
They saw they had Art Monk on.
A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Singletary did put a hit on Theismann, but he got rid of the ball.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
That was at least double coverage, maybe
Picked
more.
off at the 21. And some room to maneuver.
Joe Theismann
And they will be
showing
set
some
up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside
speed.
the 20.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Yeah, let's go set lunch.
They'll run on 1st down. Peyton. And
why would he just let him go?
Yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Do not
A
understand.
loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Blocking scheme.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, Alpha. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. I'm coming.
Back to throw. McMahon. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
That was you.
And his kick here is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still ate up time, got points.
Still only a 2-score game, though.
It's not mission accomplished.
And they have all their timeouts, so it's fortunately not.
This will be taken in at the 1.
Feel better about it.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. 2nd and 10.
A nice throw.
That's caught left sideline.
They don't.
That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Computer doesn't.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of
12
scores.
yards.
Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
The throw right sideline
so
here is complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Turn into almost nothing if they get the lead on you.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
So I can get the lead on them and make them throw.
2nd and 4.
things are good.
And that's going to be incomplete.
There's Mongo McMichael making a play.
He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his
here we go. We're going to go with trap
gotten
defense again.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%.
As if I was playing a user, because there's no way
so I would think
people
about
will call
spreading
me
things
trap.
out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
They do hold, though.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
What a catch.
For the football, and he's going to come down with it.
So they come through on
the
fourth down.
stops
That
now,
makes
and they
a great
convert
catch.
there on fourth down. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
This will be caught by Brown. And he is
warning
out
all
of
of a
bounds,
sudden.
but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
The previous play is under review.
Did indeed catch it, they say.
So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score. They'll look to throw again. Washington's got it.
Personal foul.
Personal
Unnecessary
foul.
roughness. Defense.
Unnecessary roughness on
Well, when you're
Frazier.
leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And there is a nice sack.
Taken down. A sack back at the 7. Clock running as the Redskins try to hurry up. Looking to throw. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on first and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at third and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down in distance sequence.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So
back there.
everything here. This one's not
Makes
over
the
yet.
catch.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term
They
here.
do it
but
without
certainly
spending a
felt
timeout,
like it. They got the touchdown
unless
they
he
needed.
didn't
But if
catch
I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay,
Second
you got the
move
touchdown, but it
review.
sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you
The kicker on for the point after.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count.
17-10 plays 73-yard drive.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game.
All right.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
No gain on this defense, no gain. Yep.
On first down, Peyton. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Squeeze.
They'll keep it on the ground. Peyton. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready. 90 Wolf. Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Hey, lock it. Let's make
Now a handoff here to his running back.
Walter Payton
And
gets
he
the
is going
first
to
down.
have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run with their fullback. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Now a give, right side. Payton. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
Nothing.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Of course, it's a joke. Not actually going to snap it. But the Bears win 23-17.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know.
Close, too
they
hard,
had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed,
good enough.
you know, the
Peyton
strengths, the weaknesses,
really
the whole deal.
game.
Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat
on. This is the end of week 3.
So for Chicago,
Sack to the future.
It's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Redskins,